Roosevelt by Andrea. Childhood and family. Eleanor was born in New York City on October 11th, 1884. She was the niece of Theodore Roosevelt. Her mother died in 1892. Her father died in 1894 when she was just 10. Eleanor was sent to school in England when she was a teenager, an experience that helped draw her out of her shell. She married Franklin D. Roosevelt in 1905. The couple had 6 children: Anna, James, Franklin, who died as an infant, Elliot, Franklin Jr., and John. Her husband died on April 2nd, 1945. Education and jobs. She was U.S. First Lady. When her husband suffered a polio attack in 1921, Eleanor stepped forward to help Franklin with his political career. She gave press conferences and spoke out for human rights, children's causes, and women's issues, working on behalf of the League of Women Voters. She even had her own newspaper column, My Day. She also focused on helping the country's poor, stood against racial discrimination, and during World War II, traveled abroad to visit U.S. troops. From 1945 to 1953, Eleanor served as a delegate to the United Nations General Assembly. She also became Human Rights Commission. She also became chair of the UN's Human Rights Commission. As a member of the Human Rights Commission, she helped write the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, an effort that she considered her greatest achievement. Out of her political work, Eleanor wrote several books about her life and experiences, including This Is My Story, 1937, This I Remember, 1941, On My Own, 1958, and Autobiography, 1961. She made a return to public service the same year her autobiography was published, 1961. President John F. Kennedy made her a delegate to the United Nations. President Kennedy also appointed Eleanor chair of the Commission on the Status of Women. Why Eleanor is important. Eleanor dramatically changed the role of the First Lady. Not content to stay in the background and handle domestic matters, she showed the world that the First Lady was an important part of American politics. She focused on helping the country's poor, stood against racial discrimination, and during World War II, traveled abroad to visit U.S. troops. Eleanor was heavily praised by some, but she was criticized by others. Today, she is regarded by as a leader of women's and civil rights, as well as one of the first public officials to publicize important issues through the mass media. Interesting facts. She was U.S. First Lady, writer, humanitarian, chair of the Commission on the Status of Women. She was a revolutionary First Lady. Eleanor Roosevelt was one of the most outspoken women to live in the White House. While she had her share of critics, most agreed that she was a great humanitarian who dedicated much of her life to fighting for political and social change. In 1905, Eleanor married her distant cousin Franklin D. Roosevelt. Eleanor died of cancer on November 7, 1962, at age 78.